a little bit more work on this screeching. Don't you think so, Nanny-O?
Very useful screeching, I thought, Granny Weatherwax. And I can see the goody whimper.
May she rest in peace.
Gave you a lot of help with that squint, Magrat.
It is a good squint.
Thank you. I'm so glad you decided to form this coven.
Oven?
Coven! Like in the old days, a meeting. Something comes.
Can you tell by the pricking of your thumbs?
The pricking of my ears, girl. Honestly, Goody Whimper, may she rest in peace, was an excellent witch in her ways, but far too fanciful.
Hoofbeats? No one would come up here at this time of night.
What's to be afraid of?
Us. It's all right.
You will give it to me.
No.
You are witches? Does the skin of witches turn aside steel?
Not that I'm aware, but you could give it a try.
Sir, with respect, sir, it's not a good idea to
Be silent.
But it's awful bad luck to mess with witches.
Must I ask you again?
Sir,
Ah, best. Your peasant magic is for fools, mother of the night. I could strike you down where you stand.
Well then strike, man. If your heart tells you, strike as hard as you dare.
I couldn't let. She shouldn't have. It's not right. Don't kill me now.
You only did what you thought was right.
Didn't become a soldier for this. Not to go around killing people.
Quite right. Exactly so. If I was you, I would take up a nautical career. Yes, become a sailor. I would start as soon as possible. Now, in fact. Yes. Run off, man. Run off to the seas where there are no traps. I guarantee you will have a long and successful life there. Well, longer than it's guaranteed to be if you hang around here. Now, will someone please tell me what is going on?
Maybe they were bandits.
Strange. They both wear the same badge. Anyone know what it means?
It's the badge of King Barons.
Who's he?
He rules this country?
Oh, that King Barons.
It's a baby. Baby boy.
And there's this.
Oh, bloody hell. Well, first things first, we've got to get him out of here. Somewhere very far where no one knows who he is. And then there's this.
Oh, that's easy. Much easier than babies. We just bung it under a rock or something.
It isn't. Reason being, the country is full of babies and they all look the same. But I don't reckon there's many crowns. They have this way of being found, you know. They call out to people's minds. You just bunged it under a rock somewhere, get itself discovered within a week, I guarantee it.
It's true that. How many times haven't you thrown a magic ring into the deepest depths of the ocean? Only when you get home and have a spot of turbot for your tea. There it is.
Never! Neither of you! Plus, he's going to want it back one day, if it's rightfully his. Kings do set a lot of store by crowns. I mean, honestly, Geiger, sometimes you say the most stupid. What's that smell?
I'll go check if we have some clean rags, eh?
What if we buried it?
The baby? The ground! How a badger would dig it up. Or someone would go prospecting, or a tree's roots would tangle around it, and then a storm would blow it over, and someone would find it and put it on. It's not the putting on that's the problem, it's taking them off.
Not that it looks much them.
Margaret, garlic!
I have! When I was being trained under Goody Wember,
May she rest in peace.
she used to take me down to the Lanco or Razorback whenever the strolling players were in town, and they've got more crowns than you can shake a stick at. Although she did say that they were made out of tin and the jewels were made out of glass, but still, they look realer than this one. Is that strange?
Things that try to look like things often do end up looking more like things than things. Well, no fact. But I don't hold with encouraging it. And what do they stroll around playing then in these crowds?
Don't you know about the theatre?
Oh, yes, of course. It's one of them things, is it?
Goody Wember
May she rest in peace.
said it held a mirror up to life. Always cheered it up.
Oh, yes, I suspect it would. Play it properly, at any rate. What people are they, these theatre players?
I think so.
And they stroll around the country, you say?
Oh, all over the place. There's a troupe down in Lanka right now. Only, I haven't been because it's not right for a woman to go to things like that by herself.
Right. And why not? Go and tell Guyver to wrap that baby up. It's been a long time since I've heard a theatre played properly.
Certainly, my dear.
What?
I'll have some cut down and brought in directly, my church.
Cut what down?
Oh, the trees.
What have the trees got to do with it? What I said was, how could you be so stupid as to let them get away? I told you that servant was far too loyal. You can't trust people like that.
No, my love.
I don't suppose, by any chance, you thought of sending someone after them, perhaps.
Benson, my dear, and another guard.
Oh. Well, you needn't have sent anyone at all if only you had listened to me. But you never do.
Do what, my precious?
For God's sake, leave your hands alone. You have washed them 5 times in the last half hour.
I can't seem to get rid of the blood. And where's the crowd? I must find it.
Majesties?
And
The baby was taken by witches.
witches?
Oh yes, we have many in these parts, quite.
And people tolerate them. They don't do anything about them.
Well, of course, it's very good luck to have witches in one's village. Yes.
Why?
Well, they smooth out life's bumps and bumps.
Where I come from, we don't allow witches. And I don't intend to allow them here. You will furnish their addresses.
Pardon?
I trust your tax gatherers do know where to find them.
I trust they do pay taxes.
Well, not exactly. You see, the old king, he just didn't think, well, no, they just don't.
I see. You may go. Indeed.
So that's how your family used to run a kingdom, is it? It was your positive duty to kill your cousin as a benefit to the species.
Quite so. Although there would appear to be many witches, and it might be difficult to find the three that were on the moor.
That doesn't matter.
Of course.
Put matters in hand.
Yes, my petal. Sergeant!
Yes, my lord!
Go out into the town and bring me a witch. In chains, if necessary. What?
Yes, my lord!
So that's the theatre, is it? Interesting. I wonder how they got all them kings and lords to come here and do this. I would have thought they'd be too busy ruling and such.
No, I don't think you understand. They're just actors. Good evening.
You're dead!
May I assist you, good ladies?
And you're the one who did the murder. Or at least it looked like it.
Always a pleasure to meet a true connoisseur. Always a collier or servant, manager of this band of vagabonds.
Yes, well.
Now,
I thought you was very good too. I hope we didn't cause too much trouble.
my good lady, may I begin to tell you how gratifying it is for me, manner, to learn that his audience has seen behind a shell of beefsteak to the spirit that lies beneath.
Oh yes, I imagine you could say that. I imagine you could say almost anything, Mr. Vitola.
Now, to what do I owe the pleasure of being such charming lady?
We've come to speak to you, Mr. Vitola, and Mrs. Vitola.
Ah, yes, here she is. What can we do for you?
Mrs. Vitola, may I be so bold as to inquire if your union has been blessed with fruit?
But she needs to have a baby.
No. I see. No. We had a little girl once.
Only you see, there is this child, and he's in need of a home.
This is no home for a child, always travelling, always on the road, no schooling. They say that's important these days.
Why does he need a home?
He hasn't got one. Well, at least not one we need be welcome.
And you who asked this are by way of being his...
Godmothers!
But money, alas, is a bit tough.
But it will stretch.
This should be enough to take care of nappies and clothing in schools or whatnot.
$100 over, I should think. Why don't you mention this before?
Because if I had to buy you, you wouldn't be worth a price.
But you don't know anything about that.
No, we don't, do we? Naturally, you could send us letters, let us know how the lad is getting along, but I do think it would be better if we didn't speak about this after today. You see, for the safety of the child.
There's something else here, isn't there? Something big behind all of this? But it would do us no good at all to know it.
What's his name?
Tom. Tom John. Yeah. We will be back with the child. Thank you.
So I found the box with all the crowns and things in it, and then shoved the crown underneath everything.
Did anyone see you?
No, they were all busy, but just after I put it in, a man came up and pinched my bottom. And then he said,
What did he say?
hello, lovely, what are you doing tonight?
Old Goody Whimper, may she rest in peace. She didn't get out much, did she?
No, it was her leg, you see.
But she taught you midwifery and all of that.
Oh yes, I've done that lots.
But she never mentioned, what one might call, the previous
Sorry?
men and such.
What about them?
I think it would be a good idea if one of these days you had a quiet word with Nanny over there. Fairly soon.
She did what?
She gave me a cup of tea, sir.
And what about your men?
She gave him one too, sir.
Sergeant.
Sir?
I mean, it is possible I may have confused you. What I meant to say was, bring me a witch, in chains, if necessary. But perhaps what I really said was, go and have a cup of tea. Was this in fact the case?
Oh, no, sir.
I wonder why, then, you did not in fact do this thing that they asked.
Sir?
I suspect he said some magic words, did she? I've heard about witches. I imagine she offered you visions of unearthly delights. Did she show you dark fascinations and forbidden raptures, the like of which mortal men should not even think of, and demonic secrets that took you to the depths of man's desire?
Are you all right, sir?
Oh, what? Yes, no, perfectly, perfectly.
Only you've got all red.
Don't change the subject. Admit it. She offered you hedonistic and licentious pleasures known only to those who dabble in the carnal arts. Didn't she?
No, sir. She offered me a bun.
A bun?
Oh, yes, sir. It had currants in it.
And what did your men do about it?
Oh, she offered them one too, sir. But all except young Roger, who can't have fruit on account of his trouble. Oh, he had a biscuit, sir.
You may go, Sergeant.
Sir?
Fool!
Daddy, sir?
I'm already extremely married. Advise me, my fool.
Effect, nuncle.
Nor am I thy nuncle. I feel sure I would have remembered. If you preface your next remark with nuncle, if faith, or marry, it will go hard with you.
How do you feel about prithee?
Prithee, I can live with. So can you. But no capering. How long have you been a fool, boy?
Prithee, sirrah.
The Sirrah, on the whole, I think not.
Prithee, sir, all my life. 17 years under the bladder, man and boy, and my father before me, and my nuncle at the same time as him, and my grandfather before me.
Your whole family have been fools.
'Tis a family tradition, sir.
You come from this part, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do.
So you would know about the native beliefs and so on.
suppose so.
Good. Tell me about witches.
Yes. Where are the witches?
The Chamberlain would appear to be right, beloved. The Sergeant of the Guard came back empty-handed.
Then you must have him executed as an example to the others.
A course of action, my dear, which ultimately results in us ordering the last soldier to cut his own throat as an example to himself. By the way, there seem to be fewer servants around than usual.
Housekeeping is under my control. Cannot abide slackness. What of the witches? Will you sit idly by and let trouble brew for the future? Will you let the witches defy you? What of the crown?
No doubt it ended up in the river.
And the child? He was given to the witches. Do they do human sacrifice?
Apparently not. Apparently, these witches, they seem to cast a spell on people.
Well, obviously.
No, not like a magic spell. They seem to be respected. They do medicine and stuff. It may be difficult to move against them.
I could come to believe that they have cast a glamour over you. In fact, you like it, don't you? The thought of the danger. I remember when we were first married, all that business with the knotted ropes.
Not at all.
Then what would you do?
Wait.
Wait.
Wait and consider. Patience is a virtue.
Evening.
Well met by moonlight, merry meet. A star shines down on
What's
us.
that?
How goes it, sisters?
Well, if we're going to start, then we should light the candles.
Can go.
And a decent white one, nothing fancy. Well, what about this new Duke then?
Oh, he had some houses burned down in Badass. For the taxes.
That's terrible.
Well, the old king used to do that. Terrible temper he had.
Yes, but he used to let people out first.
Oh, he could be very gracious like that. Pay for them to be rehoused as often as not, when he remembered. Oh, and there was that great hairy thing of his.
Ah, yes, his droit de signy.
It needed a lot of exercise.
Yeah, but the next day he'd send his housekeeper with a pamper of goodies for the wedding. A lot of couples got a great start to life thanks to that.
What are you talking about? Did he keep kids? Anyway, did you know that no one is allowed to say that Duke Velvet killed the king? He had a few people executed down in Lancashire just last week for spreading malicious lies. Says that the king died of natural causes.
Assassination is natural causes for a king. We've got to keep an eye on this one. He might be a bit clever. That's not a good thing when it comes to kings. And he doesn't know how to show respect.
There was a man who came to ask me if I wanted to pay taxes last week. I told him no,
our Jason and our Wayne went out and told him we don't want to join.
Small man, black cloak.
Yes.
I found him hiding in my raspberry bushes. But when I went to ask what he wanted, ran away.
I actually gave him tuppence. What? He said he was going to be tortured if he didn't get the witches to pay their taxes.
Tell me, fool, does it always rain here?
Very noble.
Just answer the question.
Sometimes it stops, sir, to make way for the snow. And sometimes we get some right squandering orgulous fogs.
Orgulous?
Thick, my lord, from the notation orgulum, meaning soup or broth.
I am bored, fool.
Well, let me entertain you, my lord, with many a merry jest and lightsome quip.
Try. I'm waiting. Make me laugh.
Well, why may a corded fill horse be deemed brethren to a hiren candle in the night? Withal, because a candle may be greased, but a fill horse be without fat argier.
Yes? And then what happened?
That was by way of getting the whole thing. My grandfather thought it was one of his best.
I dare say he told it differently. Oh, what's happening? Is it an earthquake?
We don't get them in these parts, my lord.
It's the witches, isn't it?
Marry uncle?
They're out to get me, aren't they? They run this country, don't they?
No, sir, they've never.
Who asked you?
You did, my lord.
Are you arguing with me?
No, my lord.
I thought so. You're in league with them, I suppose.
My lord.
You're all in league, you people. I'm the king. Do you all hear me? I am the king. Is this a dagger I see before me?
No, my lord. It's my handkerchief. You can tell if you look closely. There's few sharp edges.
Good fool. Are you loyal? Fool. Are you trustworthy?
I swore to follow my lord until death.
I didn't want to do it. They made me do it. I didn't want to.
What was that earthquake?
Witches, I suspect.
So, still they defy you.
How should I fight magic?
With words. What? And in the guild, we learned that words can be powerful enough to fight even magic.
Found. Words are just words. Brief syllables. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me.
But my lord, there are those that can. Liar, usurper, murderer. Of course, these words have no truth, but they can spread like fire in the ground.
It's true. I hear them all the time. It's the witches.
Then they can be fought with more words. Words can fight even witches.
What words?
Crone, evil eye, stupid old woman.
You are not entirely an idiot, are you? You refer to rumor.
Just so, my lady.
the witches. We must tell the world about the witches. They're evil. They make it come back. The blood. Even sandpaper doesn't work.
Developments of a magical tendency are even now afoot.
Perhaps we should have a look then. I think we'd better join hands. Is the door shut?
What are you going to try?
I always say you can't go wrong with a good invocation. Haven't done one for years.
Oh, but you can't. You need a magic sword, and an octagram, and a cauldron, and spices, or all sorts of things.
It's not her fault. It's all them Grimmers people.
Grim was.
Well, you don't need any of that. You just make do with what you've got. We conjure and abjure thee by means of this weighty and terrible rolling pin.
See how we scatter really old washing soda and dry hot soap flakes in my honor.
And I invoke and bind thee with this balding scrubbing brush of art and washboard of protection.
Honesty's all very well, but it's just not the same.
Now you listen to me, girl. Demons do not care about the outward shape of things. It's what you think that matters. Now get on with it.
Well,
Who are you?
my name is unpronounceable in your tongue, woman.
I'll be the judge of that. But don't call me woman.
My name is Wyrd Jublix.
Where were you when the vase were handed off? Behind the door?
Well, Mr. Wyrd, I bet you're wondering why we called you here.
You're not supposed to say that. What you're supposed to
Shut
say...
up! We have the sword of art and the octagram of protection. I warn you.
Those look awfully like a balding scrubbing brush and a washboard to me. But very well, you may ask 3 questions.
We have to be very careful. Demons always tell the truth, but only as much as they need to. We have to phrase our questions very carefully. Is there anything strange going on in the kingdom?
I assume you mean stranger than usual. Then no, there is nothing strange.
Is there anything in the kingdom that wasn't there before?
No.
Then what the hell is going on? And don't try to wriggle out of it either, or I'll boil you.
I protest this statement.
Now look, you It's just I'd feel better if I was properly there.
Like a long Lexus or something.
If it pleases you, McGrath, would you do the honors?
Oh, right. Well. Begone, foul fiend, under the black and pit of night from whence thou hast come!
I mean, honestly, run along.
I wonder if that's why Grebo's disappeared.
Now, cats can look after themselves. Countries can't. And Duke Felmet hates the kingdom. They say, when the villagers go and see him, he just sits there and scratches and twitches and giggles.
The old king used to kick him out of the castle and scream and shout. But he could be very gracious about it. He felt he really meant it. People like to feel valued.
My kingdom is worried. Then you heard what the demon said? Oh, just this morning, when I opened my door, there were all the animals of the forest just stood there.
What did they say?
Nothing! Animals, aren't they? Knew what they wanted, though. Rid of the king. They were sent, you see, by the kingdom, by the land itself. It doesn't care if the people are good or bad, but it expects the king to care for it.
So it's a bit like a dog, really. It doesn't care if its master is good or bad, so long as it likes the dog.
But what are we going to do about it?
From nothing, you know we can't meddle.
You saved the baby.
That's not meddling.
Have it your way then. Perhaps one day they'll come back again. Destiny.
Right.
So, you know the fool that lives up at the castle? You wouldn't happen to know what his name is, really?
Small man with runny eyes.
Not that small!
Well, he's just called fool. And it's no job for a man that running around with bells on.
His mother was the beldame from over Blackglass way. Bit of a beauty when she was younger. Broke many a heart she did. Bit of a scandal there I did hear. Think he was named after his master, the king. Cyrus. At the end of the day, though, Granny's right. A fool's a fool.
But why do you want to know, McGrath?
One of the girls in the village was asking me.
It's a steady job, I'll grant you that.
It's no husband for anyone, you know, a man who tinkles all day.
She'd always know where he was, though. You just have to listen.
But never trust a man with horns on his hat.
You two are pale, silly old women. I'm going home.
Well.
Quite comfortable, are we?
Apart from these stocks, you mean?
I'm impervious to your foul blandishments. I scorn your devious wines. You ought to be tortured, I'll have you know.
And then you will be burned.
Okay.
Okay.
sitting down here. What's that big wardrobe thing with the spikes?
Ah, now you realize, do you? That, my dear lady, is the Iron Maiden. It's the latest thing. Well, may you think...
Can I have a go at it?
Your pleas fall on deck. What?
This insouciance gives you great pleasure, but soon you will be smiling on the other side of your face.
It's only got this side.
We shall see.
And you need not think any others of your kind will come to your aid. We alone hold the keys to this dungeon. You will be an example to those who've been spreading malicious lies about me. I hear the voices all the time, lying.
Enough! Come, Leonor. We will let her reflect on her fate for a while.
The faces, wicked lies. I wasn't there. And anyways, he fell.
All right, I can see you. Who are you? All I could do to keep a straight face. I saw you pulling faces behind him.
I wasn't making faces, woman. I was scowling.
Where? I know you. You're dead. You're the late King Barons.
I prefer the term passed over. Son, it was I who stole your cat. I knew you'd come looking for it.
What's that big bed thing over there?
Oh, the rat.
Don't suppose you're any good at locks, are you?
You a witch, this must all be so much.
Solid iron. You may be able to pass through it, but I can't.
I thought witches could do magic.
Young boy, you will oblige me by shutting up.
But I am a king.
You, sir, are also dead. So I wouldn't be aspiring to hold any opinions if I was you. I spy with my little eye something beginning with P.
Pliers.
No.
Balloons.
Oh, that's a pretty name. What's that?
It's a type of thumb screw.
No.
A choke bed.
That's a C. Anyway, I don't know what it is. You're far too good at these names. Are you sure you didn't use them when you were alive?
Absolutely, Nanny.
Boys who tell lies go to a bad place.
It was Lady Falmouth who had been installed. She does it herself.
All right. It was pictures.
That's the same as flyers. Anyway, we're going to be back soon. Will you be all right?
If I'm not, don't see how much use you can be.
We will begin with a showing of our evidence.
See them. Leastways, all of the ones beginning with P, I, S, T, and W.
Then we shall see how long you can keep up this light conversational tone.
Is it going to take long? I haven't had any breakfast.
Now, woman, will you confess?
What to?
It's common knowledge, treason, malicious witchcraft, harboring the enemies of the king, theft of the crown, and spreading false rumors.
What false rumors?
About the accidental death of the late King Barons.
I know nothing false. I know that you stabbed him. And you gave him the dagger. It was at the top of the stairs by the pike, by the suit of armor with the pike. And then you said, if it's to be done, better it's done quickly or something. And then you
lie.
said,
There were no witnesses. We made there was nothing to witness. I heard someone in there was no one there.
Do be quiet, Felmond.
Did you tell her?
No one told her. She's a witch, for goodness sake. They find out about these things. Second glance or something.
Sight.
Which you will not have for much longer, my good woman. Unless you tell us who else knows, and indeed assist us on other matters. We will commence. Your friends can't help you now.
There's a witch in the dungeon, and foul tortures, they say.
Nonsense. I imagine Nettie just gone in to advise the king or something.
They say Jason Ox gone to fetch his brothers.
I really advise you all to go home. There's clearly been a misunderstanding. Everyone knows a witch cannot be held against her will.
It's gone far enough. All this taxing and burning, and now this. I blame you witches. It's got to stop. I know my rights.
And what rights are they?
Dunnage, cowage in ordinary, babbage, scrimmage, harry and spank, apronage every other year, and the right to keep 2/3 of a goat on the common until he set fire to it. And was such a cute goat too.
A woman will go far in life knowing her rights like you do. But right now, she should go home. I am but a poor, meek apple seller. Pray let me pass, dearie.
No one is to enter the castle by orders of the Duke.
I know you, Champion Podley. I recall I laid out your granddad last week, and I brought you into this world. I gave you your first good hiding in this vale of tears, and by all the gods, if you cross me now, I will give you your last. But don't worry about it, dear. Here, have an apple.
So that's witch's magic, is it? Pretty poor stuff. Might frighten these country bumpkins, but it doesn't frighten me.
Oh, I imagine it takes a lot to frighten a big, strong lass like yourself.
And don't be putting the wind up me neither. Old woman like you, twisting people around. Shouldn't be stood for, like they say.
As you like it.
Oh my God.
I come to sell my lovely apples.
There's not a sale on, is there? You're not a witch, are you?
Of course not. Do I look like one?
Right. Pass, apple seller.
Thank you. Would you like an apple?
No thanks. Didn't finish the one the last witch gave me. Not witch, apple seller.
How long ago was this?
Just a few minutes.
Oh, thank you.
Right. Apple seller. So you should know.
You've got to tie her up and gag her. They can't do magic if they can't speak or wave their hands around.
You get your hands off her. Let her go or I'll report you.
Oh, you'll report us, will you? And who'll believe you, earwax-coloured little twerp?
This is the witch we have here, so you can go tinkle somewhere else.
I like a girl with spirit.
I said let her go.
Now, you might be wondering if I'll slit your throat with this knife. I don't know either, but we could have fun. Now, run away. It's locked. Of course it's locked. It's a dungeon.
Let's press the lobby from the inside. Are you really a witch? Or you don't look, like an evil crone or anything, but absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. I think you should stand back, parents. I'm not sure how this is going to work.
How do you know my name?
I expect I heard it somewhere.
Shouldn't think so. I don't use it very much. It's not exactly a popular name with the Jew. It was my mother. I suppose they like to name you after kings. Is that it?
Wait, it's not over yet.
Good technique, but it's all iron and old wood. I can't imagine it working.
Take your time. Get me out of this. I'm going to get trapped.
Is that the old king? Can they see him?
Shouldn't think so.
Guards! Full! Fetch the guard! Hey, busy! We were just leaving. Are you the Duke? I'm going to give you no cause, but it would be better for you if you left this country. Abdicate your door, whatever. In favor of whom? Witches?
I won't.
What did you say?
I said I won't. Did you think a bit of simple conjuring would frighten me? I am king by right of conquest, and you cannot change it. It's as simple as that, witch. If you defeat me by magic, magic will rule. You can't do it. Any king raised with your help will be under your power. Hag-ridden, I might say. That which magic rules, it destroys. It would destroy you too. You know it. Ha ha. You could strike me down, and perhaps you could replace me. But he would have to be fool indeed, because he would know he ruled under your evil eye. And if he displeased you, why, his life would be instantly forfeit. You could protest all you wished, but he'd know he ruled by your permission. And that would make him no king at all. Is not that true? True. I said, is that not true?
Yes. Yes, it is true. But there is one who could defeat you.
The child? Let him come when he is grown. A young man with a sword to seek his destiny. How romantic. But I have many years to prepare. Let him try. Go back to your cauldrons, weird sisters.
We could give him spoils or something. Hemorrhoids are good. That's allowed. Of course, it won't stop him ruling, but he'll have to rule standing up. That's good for a laugh. Mind you, it might make him worse. Same with toothache.
I'm not going to give him the pleasure of saying it to his face, but he's got us beaten.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, our Jason and a few lads could...
No, it wouldn't work. You've seen his guards. They're not the old sort. They're like a new tougher kind.
We could give them a bit of help.
No, people have to sort this sort of thing out for themselves. Magic is there to be ruled, not to do the ruling.
Can I see you again?
I'm busy tonight. Tomorrow, we do a lot of work at night. You know,
We get Friday free.
we're busy cows. Baby cows.
2 o'clock. At the middle hours by the pond. I'll see you there, all right?
Well,
I have to go. 2 o'clock at the meadow. I'll wear flowers so you can recognize
Parents, King of Lanka, do I have the honor of addressing Granny with the axe, Doyen of Witches? Granny, I beg of you, restore my son to the throne.
We can't. It's meddling, you see.
So you're not going to help?
Well, yes, naturally, in a few years, when your lad is a bit older, yes.
Where is he now?
Now, we saw him out of the country. Very good family.
What kind of people? Not commoners, I trust.
Oh, no, not at all, not commoners at all, very, very uncommon.
they were thespians.
Good.
Were they? They didn't look it. Stop showing your ignorance by the arm. Please excuse her, your majesty. She's just trying to show off. She doesn't even know where Thespia is.
Wherever it is, I hope they know how to school a man in the off-war. I know Falmouth, 10 years from now, he'll be dug in like a turd in a stone. What kingdom will he come back to? Will he watch it become shoddy, mean? Remember, good sisters, the land and the king are one.
What? Oh, we've got to do something. Rules or no rules, lock up a witch, will he? Well, we'll bloody well show him what a witch can do.
Yes, but perhaps not right now. Let's plan.
Weird sisters, indeed. We will meet on the heath tonight and decide what must be done.
Whatever happened to not meddling in politics?
You see, as you progress in the craft, you will learn that there's another rule. Esme's played it all her life.
And what's that?
When you break rules, break them good and hard.
If anyone has cash, if anyone didn't get a raffle ticket and would like one, we have a little show collection, upside down. There's a knitted coif like the guards wear, so it covers your shoulders and all. There's a pair of fingerless gloves, badge. There's an iron-on here for a t-shirt or a bag, a little keyring, and a pair of double tickets to Discworld Day in November, if anyone would like a chance for it. but it will have to be cash. So if anyone's got $50 and would like a ticket now, we can quickly grab a few, and then do the draw just before we start the next part.